We want to get the pattern for the insole. So we already know how we got the pattern for the insole. That's 2 points that you need to note. Maybe this spot, somewhere around here, yeah, to this spot, and from here to somewhere here. We are going to measure from this place, this spot, all the way to this spot. We are going to measure 3/8 inch. Okay, let's say this 3/8 inch, right? So from here, you do that. Okay. The measurement of this edge, like let's say the insole, the upper is here like this, right? Is on the last. So where it is going to lay like this, okay? That measurement from that point, to the outer part, that's what I measured. You understand me now? All right. So from here, outside, you would see that we have uh, we have marked the 3/8 all through, okay, all the way for the front part. Now it remains the back part, the back part, which we are going to mark the normal welt, the average welt size, which is 1/4. Okay, 1/4. So it is this 1/4 that we are going to mark, all through for the back. Okay. So this is it. Fine. This is the outer line. The one we marked, right? This is the inner line that we marked. This is what I marked. Okay. So what is that? We are going to blend this one, this line outside there, coming outside there. We're going to blend it in. We're going to blend this one in as well. So you can use your insole. Okay. Okay. Something like that. And you can as well try a freehand sketch if you are that good. But
I want to be president. I want to be president. Is it forever? I want to be president. I want to be president. Is it for Gary? I want to be president. I want to be president. Is it for Vince? I don't know. I want to be president.
what this means is that
I want to be president. I want to be president for you.
out from our vegetable tan leather, that's from your leather soap. You cut this out, and after you might have applied glue to this part, to the welt and to the insole, then what's it called? You paste it round, following the edge, all round. So if you place the shoe, right? If you place the shoe upper on the outsole, now consisting of the welt, the feather edge is not going to sit inside because why is it not going to sit? Because this welt is wide at the back now, and the pattern that you drafted is thin. Remember, 1/4 and 3/8. It's different. So what you are going to do there is that you place your insole, you place it here like this, then you place it down, and you will trace it out. Then you cut the excesses. So when we get there, you'll see. We drafted the outsole pattern, right, from the insole in relation to our welt. So this is the pattern. This is the pattern that we drafted.
Rough around the edges. There's no smoke without fire like Benson and Hedges. I got my green light to go, so I'm ghosting. God forbid that I'm the one you leave roasting. Young African living extravagant. They say that they don't like me cause I'm coming off as arrogant. That's what happens when you start making comparisons. Wanna criticize to take over, unraveling. Bar to bar, subpar to bowl. I raise the bar up and watch it fall below. Oh, night to night we need a new parole. F for the same girls no matter what you hold. Oh, set blocks for the knots and hands. I don't know a hustle that escaped the scan, man. Self-design, nothing of a man's plan. Besides wearing rubber bands for the rubber band, man.
Cement construction. This is cement construction that we're doing. So it's going to glue well. Okay. So you take the first application of the glue as maybe priming it, right?
Popping through the late night, I'm shades for the daylight, so I gotta keep my game tight. They watch me online, so they watch me online. I'm one of a kind in the city called mine, no P2P. Hope I made myself clear so you can see through me. No pen, just swagger and steez, all I need. Promoters try to rip me for cheese, I don't agree. How you think they get those HNCs from our feeds? Jeez, this is messed up.
So if you want to attach the sole, you start from the heel, like where it's going to fall on the heel. So where the welt is going to fall on the heel. So we did a fine measurement of it. So the edge of the welt, okay. So you want to measure it. You want to measure that. The document.
Yeah. Well, Sabi Negro, Tapana make a no, Mucha nature boom, or Quislim Jabel, Yamunko Simfebel, if also from a bell, as long as none in the kick is in the Nonga Nefepo, so they can bello, the Kobe Muero, Makeme Fecomo, Papeche Funamo, we match at a tam, Walongos in the tam, if you make your tam, Ofiana Baloso, Bofanje Butago, Fasana Melano, if a new Punono, come and get a chioso, come out from Bulano, Sitani Cable, Bejuko, Mego Boys in the Musioko, Anazam Nosa, Namsin Offo Yanalo, as a gaze Bunafo, at the life of man, no one Melora Noka, and I'm Niro Chacopa, make everything the proper, the Quincy Monopa. Yeah, one D long kitty, funny man and kitty.
So this is the welting. Now remember that we use this full measurement, this size for the front, and we used like from here to here, like half of it for the back, this place. So that means if we put this is the left leg. So what this means is that if we put the last like this, it is supposed to sit inside it, all through, but it's not. Okay, especially if the upper has already been lasted. If we last the shoe already, it's going to be sitting on the welt. Why? Because this is not the measurement we use. Okay, so what we're going to do is that you put your insole, put it inside it like this, set it inside, then set it here. Okay, set it inside, then you mark. You mark this excess. Okay, can you see that? So you trim it off. If you recall, you see that. See that is where we blended it in, right? So you trim it off, and the shoe is going to it's going to sit in. So you'll see it eventually. You'll see it when we make the upper. You'll see it by God's grace. All right. So make sure you don't forget to.
Run me up my money, shooting on a hurry. Voice of your body, I'm playing with all the cotton. I'm bobbing out to fortune. Fazemo Cambolato, I wish you can pull on. Triple on my hustle.
Hello everyone, I hope you have been fine. So the last time we discussed about welting the outsole. Now today we want to move forward, we want to progress to creating the heel, which is, and remember we mentioned that the heel is one quarter of the total length of the sole. So what that means is that since this is 32.5 centimeters or 32.5 cm, we use 1/4 of 32.5 cm plus 1 cm. So that gives us this. So from here we cut out the pattern. We cut out this pattern, this pattern. And remember that when we were drafting our pattern, the heel pitch of the last, the heel pitch of the last, when we did like this, okay, when we placed when we did like this, okay, the heel pitch was 1 inch, okay. So we are trying to get a block that is going to be as high as 1 inch, okay, 1 inch. So which is what I have done for this, okay, 1 inch, 1 inch. this one is not up to 1 inch at the moment, but when you had this, everything will equal to 1 inch, and you don't have to be afraid. It is not what's it called? It is not heavy. So yeah, when I skype this place, it's going to be equal to 1 inch eventually. So you already know how we got this. Okay, you already know how we got this. 1/4 of the length. Okay, 1/4 of the length plus 1 centimeter gave us this, and you bend it. You create this curve. So after that, you cut out this, like so that's like 1 2 for the right leg, and then another 1 2 for this left leg, and you cut out this one. This is simply this is drafting out this pattern again. Okay, this pattern. Then when you cut out a fresh one, you then do something like this. So you do something like this. Or you cut it out. Then you can then cut it out from your vegetable tand leather, from your leather sew. So after that, you apply gum to this. Apply gum, attach it to this place, and you attach it to this place. And then if you are wondering how I did this, it's simple. Okay, from that pattern, from this very pattern. Okay, you have the option of buying the ready made of this in the market, or make your own. Here in Nigeria, there is a material called Indiana. It's like a nora, a very thick nora, or you use rubber. Yeah, so you cut it out. So depending on the thickness of your leather sole, you cut out the thickness from the tire or the rubber. Okay, so this is the pattern I'm using for. Yeah, this is the pattern for this. Okay. So you try your best possible to position it the right to the right and the left to the left. You check a pair of shoes. So when you are wearing a shoe now, when you are wearing a pair of shoes, if it is the right, usually wear and tear, it is this place that's going to be reducing in size with time. So you let a chunk, a big portion of the tire, you leave it of the rubber, you leave it to this side. So basically that's that. And for this, I've drafted out the line, and the thickness of the leather sole is about that's almost this thing. Okay. So this is how I made this. So you cut this out on the line. Okay, cut it out on the line. Cut it out on the line. Unless if you have high precision or knives or tools that can cut it out smoothly for you, so you can do that. All right. So again, you cut. Cut it out gradually. It requires a sharp object, sharp knife. As you can see, I'm already cutting it out. It may take it is worth it in the end. It's going to give you this, and from there, after you cut it out, after you cut it out, you are going to have something like this. So you use your grinding machine to grind it, so that it's going to be what's it called? It's going to be leveled, and after that you glue it together, and you have this. So this is what I have after the whole process of cutting it out. So the next thing now for me to do is to file it, or use a bench grinder to grind this space, so that this surface, so that it's going to be even. Okay, so that it's going to be even, and this is the thickness I want to have. So I'm going to use the bench grinder. I'm going to use the bench grinder to on it, so that I will have an even surface. And I think, and the other thing I need to do is to cut out this from this. Okay, so cut out this from this. So which I'll be doing. So notice that this is the size that this is what I drafted. I put an extra allowance here. This is so because if I'm trying to smooth this place, okay, with the bench grinder, it is to err on the side of caution to have excess, so that I can fire this one off. Okay, so as you can see, I need to for it to be leveled, I need to level this place, then put this. After leveling it, it's going to be balanced. So basically that is so I'm going to work on the grinding machine now. So with so basically that's how you get this.